Make this video because it's crucially urgent for me to let whoever might have access to these videos about the whereabouts of my life and what's going on. Yesterday, I went to go do my taxes. There was a lady that looks exactly like Sarah Cooper and was behaving, trying to behave, and was a transgender. There are always transgenders in every place, every office. I haven't seen one heterosexual female in any of the buildings, offices, stores, anywhere here. But I went there to H&R Block to do my taxes at 6 o'clock. When they close at 6 o'clock, it says on Google that they remained open for 2 hours, and they closed at 8 is what I was told. When I got there, it was a guy that looks exactly like Ken Cooper that starts behaving like he's talking to Sarah. I'm ignoring the situation and just looking away. It's a small area in the front lobby, waiting for the lady that's supposed to do my taxes. While I'm waiting there for about 25 minutes, there's two people already there. Ken Cooper's representative and some other guy, or some other transgender. They get called within 5 to 10 minutes that I'm there and leave. Then there's a blonde hair guy that looks very aggressively crazy with red bloodshot out red eyes, like he has a gun ready to have me murdered. And he starts standing when I'm sitting there, and I keep my head down, just kind of looking away, and I have my hat. I have my hat like this so that I just don't make eye contact, and I just wait for my name to be called. And this guy is standing about 15 feet like this, and just standing in front of me. Don't know who this pig is. He's a blonde hair, white guy, white supremacist that shows up. The entire time that I'm there, they're shooting me with electronic devices all over my body. I can feel them twitching me, and then shooting my chest, and then shooting my different parts of my body that makes a muscle tissue twitch. And that's what they're doing. This guy begins, as he's standing in front of me, and I don't even know who this guy is, and he goes, "Yeah, you're going to regret that." And he's like threatening me. This is all about the corrupted police officers being used as personal servants and not being able to defend and protect myself. I'm there to do my taxes, not to be threatened, and this is what Ken and Sarah Cooper's gay community and transgenders are attacking me with. I was just there to do my taxes. I didn't share any words with anybody. I never do anywhere I go. So he's just standing there, and he's holding a little baby's, like a little kid's like jacket. And remember I told you that my sister, the last time that I saw her lifeless body, she was pretty much hanging like this, like a coat. Like she was pretty much, as Ivan was walking her, but this guy has a coat, a little baby coat, like a little girl's coat, and he's sitting there on his arm, and he's standing in front of me like this. "Yeah, you're going to regret that." Like he's using it in a representation. He's using it in a representation that he is the guardian angel of Marissa or Miranda. This is a white supremacist guy. This is what he's doing. And it's a green jacket. Remember I told you that there was green feces all over Patricia Godinez's uterus. Now this is how disgusting and crazy. They're very detailed when they're doing this. I'm not bringing this discussion up with these people. And he's sitting there like, "I own Marissa, Miranda." And he's like ready to fight. Like he wants to engage. And there's no one in the room, and he's just standing there like this, like ready to fight. Like he's wants to, "You're going to do what I tell you to do, otherwise you know what's going to happen." And I'm just keeping my head down and just looking away and totally ignoring it as I have my headphones off, but they're on my earbuds. They're on my earbuds. As within 5 minutes, this guy then leaves, and he's making a conversation with this lady that looks like Sarah Cooper. So as soon as Ken Cooper, the lookalike, shows up, then Ken Cooper's straight whatever guy tries to behave straight, who's another homosexual, tries to then confront me because they're trying to cover up this whole homosexual shit that's going on because of all the rapes that happened. Okay? And I think it's important for me to talk about this is how the police department is directly using the people to come attack me, and they're working directly with him to do whatever it is that they want to me. Within 10 minutes, 5 minutes, this guy leaves. 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, this lady, I complete my taxes, got the estimates, but didn't complete them there, just got the estimates, and I left. I had to walk an hour there and an hour back. When I'm walking 1 hour back, about 40 minutes into my walk, in 0-degree temperature, there's a car wreck. And I don't even know that there's a car wreck at all until I'm 100 feet away, and didn't even notice it. And I noticed that it's not that big of a bad car wreck. It looks like they just hit the corners of it, the corners of the car, and it looked like a fake car wreck because they looked like they sort of collided toward one another, and they didn't. It looked like a staged car wreck. It did not look authentically real. It looks like they did this on purpose. In fact, I stopped and I'm like, oh shit, there's a car wreck. I better call 911 and just stay in my position and just call the paramedics or any. They were both standing outside. There was no one there. It was like a mail carrier type of van car that looked like they're white, and a black 4Runner, one of the newer versions, with a very expensive hard metal steel grille. And the front of the car just looked pretty smashed, just the side of it. It didn't look like, it was a huge hardcore impact on both sides. This is a two-way street. One car goes this way, one car goes this way, and there's a lane in the middle lane. And it's for turning. Where they were parked and where they were in the car wreck in the middle of the street didn't look like it was not at an intersection. It looked like there could be a car wreck. It looked like it looked like it was done on purpose. I don't say anything. I'll call 911 as soon as I stop within 100 feet. Notice it. I'm calling 911. I'm like, oh shit, there's a car wreck. I better just go ahead and call 911, say there's a car wreck, and whatever, they get some help. No big deal. As soon as I pick up the phone call, there's a fucking transgender sounding lady, this fucking piece of shit, gets on the phone. I called 911 and I said, yes, hello, I'm calling that there's a car wreck. And she goes, yeah, I know. And she starts screaming at me. This is me calling 911. Starts screaming. Like, yeah, I know where it is. Yeah, I know. This tells you exactly that I cannot call 911. I don't know who's rerouting my phone calls. But this is a 911 phone call that I'm making for an emergency for a car wreck that I'm not involved with. And there's only two people. There's only one, the driver from the other car, and they're both males. One guy is about 60 years old. The other guy looks like he's about 40 years old. And they're both at least 200 pounds. When I'm standing across the street 100 feet away and I say this lady's screaming over the phone, like, I know where it is, I know, and I mean, an attitude. And this is me calling 911. And I said, yeah, I know, I didn't know. And I said, okay. And this lady, like, she goes, yeah, it's over on this street, isn't it, huh? And she starts getting an attitude, like she's making a personal vengeance against me. I say, oh, okay, and I hang up the phone. And I walk over to these two people that are standing in front of the car, both their cars, and I say, you guys are okay? Okay, well, I just called 911 to see if you guys are okay. And he goes, yeah, we're all fine. And this guy, this old man that's behaving like Ken Cooper is standing in front of his car like this. Yeah, it's all my fault. And he's like acting why this car wreck apparently has happened. And it's a staged car wreck. I know it was. Why this guy's acting, he got in a car wreck, and this is how he's portraying Ken Cooper. Because this is how they're all training me and beating the shit out of me mentally on top of the electronic devices they're using. So I end up saying, okay, God bless, and I leave and I'll walk home. But I think it's important for me to talk about that they're doing this. I cannot call the police department for anything. They are threatening me over the phone. They are using them as personal servants to then be extremely voluptuous, very vacuous toward me, disgusting. drives me to a paranoia and crazy, because not me just crazy, but like a paranoia that I get in fear of my life because they're doing this. The police department is extremely corrupt in nearly every police department you go to. But this is an entire gay community and transgenders that are directly involved, maliciously targeting me and hate crimes. And they're directly using the police department as their collateral weapon. They are being notified and tracking me down everywhere I fucking go down, and they're very extremely detailed. Very detailed in everything that I'm doing. They're getting these characters and these people that look exactly like people that I recognize, and as like Ken Cooper and Sarah Cooper and transgenders and the gay movement, and they're all bashing me in this hate movement. All of them, 100%. Every fucking grocery store, every fucking gas, everywhere I walk, non-stop. But they are using the police department. I don't even know when I call 911 if this was 911 that picked up the phone, because they could reroute it to somebody that is then bashing me, that isn't a 911 phone call operator. But they behave because they know where I'm walking, because they're tracking me down, and everywhere I go, and say, okay, if he calls 911, just put his number over there, and then we'll just have a fake 911 operator phone call. So I want to say this: the police department here is directly retaliating against me. And when I was walking down the street, I don't try not to walk on the sidewalk so much, because there's too much ice and snow in it, and it's very slippery. Where on the sides of the road, there's a little bit of room in a bicycle path where it's more grip on the ground and it's more sturdy, and I can get to my destination faster. As I'm walking on the left side of the lane, walking down, there's like 5 fucking cop cars, like there's a huge fucking car wreck or like a criminal crime shootout. They all have their sirens on, like fucking racing, like it's fucking crazy, okay? One of the cars that are driving directly moves over to the lane like they're going to hit me with their car. And it was one of the police cars. And he's using this as a threatening weapon to then have fear and maliciously allow these people to be very disrespectful, very harmful, and very threatening to me, that they're working directly with him as personal hitmen. They're personal servants. They're working directly with the police department and these homosexuals. There's nothing confusing about this. So I wanted to say this video, that what's going on. I'm just going there to do my taxes. I cannot explain how vengeful these people are. They are extremely disgusting. Their thoughts and every word that they say, it's like they're listening to every single word I've ever said the last 8 months that I've been here, in 10 years. And they know what they want, with whose dead body they want, to what the story is going to go like, and they're doing it by aggressively attacking me. They're trying to engage in a physical fight. They want to try to engage in a physical altercation, and I'm avoiding that in every fucking cost-effective way, in every fucking way. And they want to do this because the police department is directly working with them. They are directly saying, okay, go attack Hector, and then we'll try to run the car into Hector while we're on the road. And so they're doing this crazy shit. So I need to make this video because this is kind of what's going on in my life. Another crazy thing that they're doing, I woke up this morning, they're shooting some sort of electronic device on the right hemisphere of my brain right here, exactly where this light is. Exactly in the right hemisphere of the brain, and it feels like I'm having a stroke, or I'm having some sort of brain hemorrhage and pain inside the cranium. I don't know what device they're using. I know I'm not having a stroke. It's not a mental dysfunction. It is someone shooting an electronic devices mentally. I don't know. This is one of the reasons I believe that these electronic devices that they're all shooting me with are not the President of the United States. It is somebody that is highly corrupted and sick in the mind, is farther than you can imagine, to try to mentally control me and do very sick psychology, dark psychology on me. And I think it's important for me to talk about what they're doing. But they're using the direct authorities and threats with the police department, I can't call 911.